Hi Aries, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, in my kitchen area, actually, Aries. Hopefully the picture might not be like amazing because there might be a bit of light in the background there. But you know, it's all about the story and it's all about the message. So I've actually set myself up here because it's still kind of cold out. We've had a lot of snow, but it's a beautiful sunny day, and both Larry and Lily are wanting to go in and out quite a bit. So I thought, well, if I set myself up by the door here, it's nothing for me to keep talking to you, open the door. It's like you're sitting here with me having a coffee or a tea. It's like, just a second, hold that thought. I gotta let the dog out. So what are we gonna do, Aries? Well, you might even see Larry. Larry's out there right now. He was sitting in the sun on the deck. He likes to sit under the bird feeder and watch squirrels. They see him always a mile away. Yeah, I'm gonna pull cards. I'm just pulling cards, man. Let's see. So let's do it. I'm pulling a few cards. I want to see. There you go. I want to see what's going on. All right, what's going on? Basket, recognition, reward for merit. So you've been doing something. Oh, you've been so good, Aries. You've been so good. You might. This is a really funny thing. I'm actually kind of getting the message that some of you specifically could be receiving some sort of a gift basket, and it might be one of those. I'm seeing one of those with like fruit. Like, are those like a basket of fruit? But it's like an edible thing. I think I've seen something like that before. Recognition. You're going to be recognized for something that you've been working on, some sort of hard work that you've done. This could come in at a lot of different levels. This could be like, you know, maybe you've got teenage kids and nobody really says much to mom or dad when they're getting the lunches ready and cleaning the house. And somebody gonna come by and say, you know what, mom, you know what, dad, I really appreciate all the stuff that you do. That's probably the biggest thing compared to even like, you know, like a monetary reward. Reward for merit. This is like a job well done, like having accomplished something. It's like your merit badge. The universe is about to give you a badge for something. You've done well. You've done good, my friends. You're going to be recognized for this. I know. I think I'm getting a basket. It might be a fruit basket. Recognition. Good for you. It's nice to receive that. I mean, you know, it's not something you get all the time. So, you've earned it too. Something that you've earned. And, yeah, you're going to feel good about it. You'll feel good about it. Ooh, the 7th chakra. Well, that's interesting. This recognition might come to you in a dream. And then you have financial constraints at the bottom, so that's nice. So, now this is interesting because this kind of feels like it's some sort of a potential to claim a reward for yourself. But the way that you go about getting this reward, getting this recognition, it's through, I want to say either some kind of, either like a dream and something comes to you, or like just, you know, like when you're just sitting around and all of a sudden you have this amazing idea. And you know, sometimes you have amazing ideas and you start working on them or really start thinking about them, like, yeah, that's not really practical. It's not going to happen. There's something interesting here, and it could have to do with your finances, to be honest with you. So there's something here about recognition. But because it's the 7th chakra, like it says to me, I feel like it's something, an idea, either like maybe an idea that you came up with, and then you started building on that idea, because the merit is what's coming around now. So I'm not really getting, you know, what it is that you've done that is going to warrant this merit or this recognition. But with financial constraints in the 7th chakra, this also feels like kind of, you know, if you have limited resources, you have limited access to things that you could fulfill a project with. Somehow you utilize what you have. Like you're able to come up with ideas in ways that other people wouldn't have come up with ideas. It's just very creative. There's something very creative about you that I want to say, because it's the crown chakra, it's also kind of like feeding out of the universe, like universal knowledge, and utilizing that. And I want to say it's, you know, probably something to do with improving your finances, And if it's not improving your finances, there's just definitely something there about not having much, but really kind of using what you got to get yourself going. I didn't look at the bottom of the tea leaf deck. Archway. New, excuse me, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Well, that's really interesting. Yeah, but it feels like, you know, like you've kind of paved a way for a path for yourself, but you didn't have a shovel and a rake or an axe or anything. You didn't have the things that you would typically use to accomplish something here. Let's see. I'm going to pull cards, see what's going on. I was going to see. You see, this is more relaxed too. Last week was really heavy, intense. It was very tiring, actually, for me. Doing last week's reading, the High Priestess week, is fascinating. Boy, it's fascinating. It's tiring. So I'm like just a tarot reader. Just a tarot reader today. Sitting in the kitchen, my friends. All right. Let me see. Of course you would. Why not? The gloomy days are over. The gloomy days are coming to an end. This is a really intriguing reading. Okay. I mean, look at this underline, right? I mean, the 10 of coins is a complete opposite of financial constraints. And then look at this, though. Look at the card that sits behind it, that 8 of swords. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Yeah, this is like, it has that feeling of an achievement, you know, but it's coming through its recognition. Reward for merit. You definitely, coming from a period, the 7th chakra, you know, what's really funny about this 7th chakra is that, because I'm also, you got the High Priestess with it. It's not something that's showing up as a particularly great time. And that would make sense too, because the financial constraints is here. This just feels uncomfortable. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look at the financial constraints card, but it feels uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable period. I mean, I really want to say here, there's an uncomfortable period here. Also a period of I would say, dark gloominess. Gloominess is the best way that I would describe it. It's like a feeling of gloominess. And honestly, the only way you could really get past it is somehow just like continuously fighting forward, taking a step forward. But you're doing that in the King of Wands energy, which is really, you know, great because it's kind of like an energy that you would naturally utilize. But it's the only way to kind of burn through some sort of a gloominess here. But then the story gets interesting because I see like the World card comes in for us and it's showing us that you're completing a cycle here. What I would describe as a very heavy cycle, a cycle where you've been disconnected from things that feel like source. Like it's like disconnect from source almost. And it's like disconnect from source and the sun being stolen from you. Maybe, you know, there's actually something really, well, there he is. I don't know, my chair is blocking him. He's having a bath in the sun there, Mr. Lowry on the deck. There's something maybe symbolic even about the fact that I sat here so that I could let the animals to go out, right, and enjoy the weather. Although Lily's come in, she's sleeping on the couch now. Because there's something, like you've got the sun. But look at this 7 of swords. It sits underneath it. The sun with the 7 of swords underneath it. Don't you dare. I keep getting that too with this Eight of Swords. Don't you dare. You have so many cards here, like the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. They're all in like this dark energy. And it really does feel like a don't you dare, no trespassers. But what's really odd is like the no trespassers doesn't make sense. It's almost like going away for a couple of weeks, and maybe you live, like just say you go away for a couple of weeks, or you have a cottage and you haven't been there for a couple of months, you know, and you come back and you can't cross, like somebody has squatted into your cottage. Someone's squatting, they're claiming squatters' rights, and you can't go in there. Like, it's odd. It's almost as if, but what I'm saying too is like you're closing this period off. I don't even know, like maybe some of you too, maybe some of you do rent properties to people, or you did leave a property and somebody was squatting in it. That's more like the metaphor to what I see here, because it's like it's something that's yours, but you in some way maybe you did walk away from it, or circumstances caused you to move away from it, or just the natural cycle of life. And it could have been something that was meant for you, you were on a path towards, and then it got kind of, you got sidetracked or deviated from it. And then it is its own, because then we're like no trespassing, but it's yours. How can you not be able to trespass on it? It's yours. And the locks have been changed. I'm like, what the heck? Person, well, they wouldn't be able to do it here in Canada. Person got it. Well, you could probably stand on your porch with a big rifle and claim that you were hunting pheasant. But you can't cross something. And the Ten of Pentacles, this is like yours. Like, no, sorry. Don't you dare. The Eight of Swords. So some sort of energy that's not yours has, or did, stake some claim on something that is yours or is meant to be yours. So we'll see what the Seven of Swords and the Sun. I want to clarify this too, because there's something sneaky about a path that's meant for you here, and then a don't go. But you're getting the recognition, the reward, and the merit. This is too, like, even this, that sounds like, you know, maybe you had to go to the sheriff, or then you had to go to a court or a lawyer or something. And like, that's my cottage. This person is squatting them. Look, I have the deed to the house. It's mine. So then you get the recognition, right? The reward. Okay, yeah. But it's like you have to do your due diligence to prove that that's yours. It's a really funny kind of energy. So there's definitely some sort of unusual, sneaky amok going on. Does he want to come in? Don't mind my pants. They don't match my shirt. Okay. Come on, Larry. Larry, do you want to come in? No? All right. I'm going to leave it open before Larry comes in. When I got dressed today, I'll tell you, I'm like a newscaster. A lot of times I'll think about, and that's just chair creaks. It's not my bones. A lot of times I'll think about what I want to wear, and I'll pick the most comfortable warm pants, but they won't go with like what I want to have on my YouTube video. So it's okay, nobody's going to see my pants, but I came out over here, so now you're going to see my pants don't match. But it's okay. I bet you those newscasters, they wear like shorts and stuff underneath. The Sun and the Seven of Swords. Oh, the Strength card. And the Four of Swords. Wow. Something about being really patient here. What are you holding back? You've been holding back? It's like you walked away from the property, or you walked away from the cottage, or you walked away from an opportunity. You know, it's like, and you got that too. It doesn't have to have anything to do with physical property, or, you know, but I'm picking that as something here. It feels like it, you know, with that. And the don't you dare. But this feels like being caught between a rock and a hard place too. I feel like I'm putting that really, sitting closer to the camera than I usually do. It's like being caught between a rock and a hard place too. You know, so let's say you and someone else are competing for a job or a position at work. And I'm trying to figure, just give me a second, because I'm trying to figure out what I can come up with here that doesn't show you as being in the wrong, because I'm not picking that up. So what I'm getting here is, let's say you're competing with someone for some sort of position, and the person you're competing with is the coach for your kids' pee-wee something, some sort of sport that your kid just loves. They're doing great in it. They you know, yeah. Anyways, so, but this person is kind of like, you know, funny. I guess if I don't get that position, yeah, I have a lot more time with the pee-wee team, and there's a few kids that I think I have to take off. They're just not doing very well. You know, there's something subtle there, and it's almost like, you know what, don't over-compete with me for this position, or you're going to be sorry on this end. Like, it's weird. There's a bit of that. Like, you're going to be sorry. Don't do it. Because you hold yourself back here. There's almost like, I want to say, somebody fucking with you behind the scenes, or something is, or has been. That's what I'm picking up. Like, some sort of energy is screwing with you, Aries, or has been. Because it's showing up as the past. And I want to kind of, like, how I see this unfolding is, because the scenario with that work thing, with the person saying that, it kind of fits well too, where it's almost like somebody or something's got something on you, but it's not they got something on you that, I found out you were screwing around with the boss's wife or the boss's husband, or whichever way. So, you know, I'm going to divulge that if you over-compete with me for this position. Because it's not that, you know, like, it's not like you did something either like morally or ethically or legally wrong. It feels like something had you by the short and curlies and stopped you, diverted you from some sort of success. Now, what I'm getting though is you're going to get this. So it almost kind of feels like, well, the right person for the right job will come through at the end. And it's like, maybe this other person did get that job, and then through their own incompetence lost the opportunity. So then it becomes yours, because there's something here about not doing anything. It's really weird. Like, it's not doing anything, hiding from this, but it's coming through. So that almost feels like, you know, like having to bide your time a little bit. So there's some sort of threshold you haven't been able to walk past, something you haven't been able to go after, something you haven't been able to quite achieve, but not because of your lack of desire to put effort into it. It's just, it honestly feels like no trespassing. Don't go there. Well, look at I'm gonna see the financial constraints. That's over. The first card that comes out is the World. Wow, the Three of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So, yeah, like, it's, that cycle is finished. Something that was holding you back, something that was preventing you from developing something fully, accomplishing something to its highest degree, was holding you back, and now that's done. So that's what you got. Wow, the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. My gosh. But it's like, not as though you haven't been carrying some sort of burden to do that or get to it. But there's that no trespassing. I'm hearing that. No trespassing. Don't you dare. With the Eight of Swords, don't you dare. So good things. I've seen good things for you, Aries. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm just leaving it open. I'm going to see what happens over there, my friends. Thank you so much, Aries. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.